Hi there guys, it's Dan here with your weekly update, market update. So just looking here at the Dow Jones industrial average, and we have got a brand new PTS sell signal that triggered yesterday, and we one pip below the low kind of entry setup. You can see here, lovely entry on the daily chart. Really now working nicely today from this morning. Just looking then to see if we can get below all the moving averages here. This is key. If we can get out of this kind of all the moving averages, out of this kind of chop, then hopefully we could see a move back to kind of N-shaped target, and who knows and beyond. If we sort of take a quick look here at the weekly on the Dow, we're below the zero line on the storyteller still. If the daily can get something going red and down here, who knows, we could start to push down to our previous high that I've spoken to you guys about before, around the sort of 29,500 zone. But it's early days yet. Looks promising on the daily. All we know that is we've got a new kind of swing trade entry with a daily daily PTS, and we'll see how things go. Very similar then on the German DAX. Really, the German DAX looks actually even weaker than the Dow. It's much more red on the board on the weekly. We've even got this sort of rare beast where we've got red on the monthly, and we're pushing down quite nicely today again. I think it was yesterday, we closed and confirmed here a new sell signal, PTS sell signal on the DAX as well, and this time this one has broken below the moving averages. So we've got free space to just push down. Again, you never know, we might get to some sort of N-shaped target back to the lows of beginning of or end of February, beginning of March. So that's what we're playing. We've just got a new PTS sell signal, and away we go, which is fantastic. Just looking at the S&P as well. US indices generally are looking, a little bit stronger, a little bit more. We've got a bit more support to work through, but equally here on the S&P, we've got a sell signal on the daily. Just a lot of support underneath price. There's got a bit of work here to do to push through. The Nasdaq is another one that does look, just as we've had this kind of trend line break here, and we're starting to turn red. Not closed and confirmed yet on the Nasdaq, so still got some work to do to get through these moving averages. But what we like is when the moving averages sort of pair together, they get that little bit closer, that little bit tighter, a bit like we had here. The moving averages start to move together, and then price can push through. That's the sort of thing we're looking for here. If we can push through these moving averages, get below them, turn red, keep red, then again we'll get back down to the lows, and more short side generally in the indexes could be really nice there. And that's our focus really for the coming weeks, it looks like there's going to be some nice trading really. We've had a lovely push down in the euro sort of end of last week and beginning of this week, and that sort of looks to want to continue here. Just tidy this chart up a little bit, but we really got this sort of break of trend lines, but it's very, very simply a nice red PTS on the daily, and it looks like we're going for maybe like a fifth wave here, continuation. If we just go to the weekly, we talk, it's quite a messy chart there, but we talk about we've had a big move, quite a consolidation period here. Just get rid of that. And, you know, we've pushed on down on the weekly here and continuing, and we can sort of follow the structure in this last kind of, it was the last week since February. If we kind of follow that on the daily, you know, go back a little back here, you know, this was a nice trending period, very sideways here in terms of a consolidation. And now we're just sort of continuing down. We've got a little kind of count here as well. Just this maybe final wave in the euro, you know, just another count of 1, you know, 2, lovely sort of third wave trending here. And then we're just a bit of a fourth wave up. Now we hopefully could conclude a fifth wave. So if we kind of measure that using our tools, not to get sort of too complex with it, but if we just run a bit of a fib from the highs to the lows, you know, we could get down to this 10,700 zone. I mean, if we just pop the pro trading system targets on, just put new entries on there. Oh, a little bit of a busy chart, but if we zoom in on the most recent ones here, and we see this, let's move, you know, we've got targets down here, down to 11,600 zone, 11,620 is the most recent. And we're early in this move on the daily, so we could see some more downside in the euro. Euro's sort of one of the weaker currency pairs across the board, so yeah, could be quite interesting. The other one we need to look at is the euro yen. Is of real interest. And with stocks, you know, potentially having that bigger move down, we could see some yen strength. And so, you know, we're not got a sell signal here yet at the moment. Yen's been a bit weak. If we've got continued sort of euro weakness and some yen strength, we'll be watching this to see if and this may be a trade in the next few days, maybe in a week to come. But we could potentially, you know, at the moment it's green, it's long. If we do turn red here on the daily, you know, we get a new red PTS, then we could perhaps see a move down, or a decent sized correction in the euro yen. It's quite extended here on the weekly. You know, we've had a good move up. You know, do we just pop back down? I said this a few weeks back in yen pairs. And do we just have a bit of a correction in those yen pairs? So yeah, something of interest there. Just on some commodities then, we've got crude oil. Crude oil has been trading really nicely. We had quite a nice trade, just a bit of a day trade really yesterday. We had a kind of high, a new red PTS, and we got some sell signals. We're a bit stuck here, but we are below the moving averages. So again, we're just watching, or trying to get below the moving averages. We're below the zero line on our storyteller indicator. And so we're just seeing if there's a bit of a rally here intraday, this across the morning session. But we're just watching to see if this trend line might break, and we turn red again, and we can look for new short signals as a bit of a day trade. Longer term, we see potentially some more downside. If you can see here, let me just tidy this chart up a little bit, but you see here if we just kind of measure the major swing from the high to the low here. We came beautifully off, 61.8 on our fib, and we've just been pushing down. So, the premise is that have we had from these highs had a bit of an A, and now we then have a bit of a B, and we're starting, with continuation, and we could have a C and see that progress, much further down. And, it's this sort of separation on the daily, on the weekly that's kind of making this happen, and we could get back down into these levels, maybe 9,000 zone. So watching for more short side, you know, the PTS is doing a great job. It's telling us to stay short, stay red, bit stuck in between moving averages in croc jaws, as we would call it, but we could see some more downside. So watching for that. Just the gold market then, another one of interest in the commodities. Yeah, it's very white on the daily. It's you know, it's not great, but we are below the zero line on the storyteller. We just need to break out of this zone. So not really any particular trade at the moment. But yeah, we're watching this to see if we might just get a little bit more downside in gold. Just watching for the daily to turn red again, and if we can break these moving averages again. These moving averages have paired together, got close together, and when they do that, we know we tend to have a bit of a big move. You know, we're quite flat on the storyteller. Do we have another push down, maybe to the 1850 zone, you know, or to this sort of previous high, really 1870? So watching for that. Another sort of Forex pair that I'm in is the New Zealand CAD. So we're having a new daily green PTS. It's not closed and confirmed yet, but what's of real interest, you know, for us as traders is we are getting a very flat storyteller, and if we kind of just delete that. If we take you know, a bit of a wave count, you know, at 8 waves, we have 1 here, 2, then we've had 3. Now we've had a bit of a sideways consolidation here, a little bit kind of symmetrical or a little bit of a triangle formation here, where we're a bit sideways, and then, you know, do we break out up like this and we just continue into a 5th wave and, you know, extend up here? That's what we're looking for. We're very flat here on the storyteller, so if we close green today and maybe get something going to the upside, and we get a green kind of green momentum trigger on our storyteller, you know, this could be a really nice move to the upside. If we look intraday, we've had a little move up today on the 1 hour, which is what I traded this morning, you know, with a momentum trigger. So watching for some more long side in the New Zealand CAD could be really nice. They're the markets that I'm looking at this week. Real focus on the stock market. I think you know, we could get some really nice nice move in that. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Have a good day.